Locc, man, what's up?
What's poppin', man?
It's that time. The Daze is in effect, of course.
Facts.
New
Facts.
setting, new vibes. We are here, new year.
Dog, man.
And this is our year-end wrap-up, man.
It's time to review all the music that dropped this year. And so much music dropped this year.
So much.
Over 350 albums alone in hip-hop and rap, man. Alone.
So much music to digest, consume, favorite, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now we got to fit all this in our playlist and our favorites, our top fives, our top threes, whatever it is. The Daze year-end wrap-up, our first time doing this. And we're just looking to make new traction, new ground, man.
Yeah, man.
Whole bunch of new things planned for the new year. And we just getting right. And this is our first step in that direction, man. So let's get straight to it. We have our first category, R&B, soul, and pop.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We did things a little differently. We tried to base it off what we actually play on the show, of course.
Right.
And we put all these into one category, basically.
Yeah, when you looked at it, we don't play a lot of pop, a lot of R&B, so to make things a little more functional, just gonna put them together, man. Get forward.
Just force things in there in our top fives for no reason.
Like, yeah, I listened to this album, but yeah, it's top five for sure. Like, no. So to get started, I'm gonna go with my top five, man.
Hit 'em.
My number 5 album of the year for R&B, soul, pop, Oxnard, Anderson .Paak, man. Great album, crazy production on there as always, and it was worth the wait. I feel like, if anything, since Malibu. Number 4, Scorpion by Drake. Okay. I feel like it was a shift in balance here for Drake. The rollout was weird, if anything. If lack of a better term, it was a little weird, it's a little different because of all the stuff going on with Pusha.
Very true.
So, it should have changed the way that I perceived that album, but still, man, solid. Number 3, East Atlanta Love Letter by Black. Love that album, man. And number 2, Her. I used to know Her, and that's of course the Prelude and number 2. She dropped both of those this year, so I'm combining those two and making that my number 2 album. And then number 1, Dirty Computer by Janelle Monáe. All right, and that album is just shout out Janelle Monáe, man. You always pushing the envelope.
So elegant with the project and overall vibe, man.
Yeah, man. And coming back to music after being in the Hollywood spotlight for so long, you know what I mean? Like, at this point, like, she was, done a couple roles in between albums and came back strong, right, catching her foot right in stride, man. So shout out Janelle Monáe for catching my number 1 spot there, man. What about you, man? What's your number 5?
R&B, soul, pop, man. Very interesting category for me, of course. 5, we have Black Panther soundtrack. Classic, you know what I mean? Obviously, a lot of curated projects that came to full, just heaven this year. You know what I mean? Man. They just reached a peak. Number 4, Question Mark by XXXTentacion. R.I.P. But
yeah,
showed how versatile he really was. You know what I mean? And of course, he dropped a post-death album as well. So, right. But number 3, Love Me Now, Tory Lanez, which caught me end of the year, but really great project from that man. Yeah, so many hits, so many vibes on there. Number 2 for me is Oxnard, Anderson .Paak. Really funky to me, man. It's really just got so many grooves and different vibes. He's just
in his pocket, man.
Hopped in a time machine almost too as well. So, and then my number 1, East Atlanta Love Letter, Black, man. Definitely just a full body of work. You know what I mean? A whole story. You put me onto it a little bit later, and I had to go through some things in my own personal life, of course.
True. And
once I got through that, and I was like, oh, this is love letter kind of love story. I was like, all right, this is a great project. So, Black, man, shout out. That's our R&B, soul, pop for the year, man.
Done, man.
Done.
Next up, you're going with modern dancehall and reggae.
Yes.
Because I have it combined, but AT is a little bit more well-versed in that culture, and he's able to have at least more music to choose from, you know what I mean? So he has them 2 different categories.
It's one of those things, you know what I mean? When it comes to that scene, there's not as many projects as, you know what I mean, hip-hop, of course.
Right.
So it's a little bit scarcer to choose from, but the projects we did get were phenomenal, to say the least. So hit them with your top 3.
All right, man. My top 3 for modern dancehall and reggae for 2018. Number 3, Matter of Time, Protege.
Yes.
All right, now that's a solid album, man, and it pains me to put it at number 3 because of the fact it's so solid. Proto has all the respect, you know what I mean? Dude's wild, but it was just too busy this year, too busy, and not enough I feel like traffic going in with the culture this year for that. So number 2, Contraband by Kabaka Pyramid, man.
Okay.
Just crazy album, pushing the reggae scene forward. Dude got a chance to tour in America this year. I wish I got the chance to see him live, man. Boy, AT got to see him, so shout out that man. But dog told me he was the truth for real, going hard, man. So the number 1 album for 2018 would have to be Forever by Popcorn. All right, and that's just solid dancehall, man. Almost 20 tracks of just solid pure dancehall, man. Get you out your seat, turn your frown upside down type thing, man. If it's raining, like the sun is shining with that album on, man. It's complete, man. It's just a vibe, dog.
Popcorn
So
did his thing, man.
As always, and that's my top 3 right there.
Arguably Popcorn's year from the Jamaica reggae dancehall scene as well. He had so many singles out, and then cap it off with that album, of course. So.
Yeah, and the last album drop I think was 2014. You know, so it's been a long time coming, man. As per usual with this. So
a long time waiting.
What about you, man? You're both.
So as Stacey said, Locc said, we have mine separated in reggae, modern dancehall. So let's start with the reggae. At number 3, we have Hope River, Agent Sasco Assassin, man. Very, you know what I mean, definitely a later project. And it was a tough week as far as drops, but definitely a good body of work, you know what I mean, showing his progress, showing what he could do as well. Number 2, I have Contraband by Kabaka. As Locc said, man, I've seen him live perform some of those tracks. Man, dude is the truth. Definitely looking forward to whatever he does next, you know what I mean? So, number 1, A Matter of Time, Protege. Jeez, man. Everything, the whole rollout with this video, or with this project, excuse me, the lyric videos, the whole vibe he had going into it, man. It was a whole package. It definitely inspired people all around the world. So shout out Proto, man. Now modern dancehall, a little different. Number 3, we have Masterpiece by Vibes Cartel. And again, we don't really know when that music was recorded, when it, you know what I mean, created originally, but
that's the world boss, man. That's all we know.
Yes. So. Number 2, we have It Feel Good Conscience. And leading off that Big Belly single with Rick Ross and Russian, it was definitely an interesting body of work from Conscience. Showed a lot of different elements and how versatile he was as well. And then number 1, I'm gonna have to go with Forever Popcorn, man. It was classic album as well. Both of those albums, between Forever and A Matter of Time, 10 years from now we're gonna look back and be like, these are classic, hands down. So salute Popcorn, salute Protege as well, man. That's our modern dancehall reggae top 3 ish kind of thing, you know what I mean? Daze year-end wrap-up. Locc AT here with you, man.
Yeah, man. Moving forward,
our fame category right here, our favorite, our baby, our child almost.
One that took the most time.
Yes.
The hip-hop rap
yes
category, man.
Hit him with your 5, Locc.
Okay.
Take a breath.
So many albums. Like we said, over 350 condensed down to 5 albums, all right? And the top 5 at that. So
there's so many honorable mentions. There's so many people we missed.
I have too many honorable mentions for. I had to cut a lot of those out because it's just like, you know what I mean? It is what it is. And ended up getting to the point where a lot of people I just had to mention, you know what I mean? But we're going to start with the top 5 for now. We'll get into those later. My number 5 album of the year.
Yes.
Is gonna be Astroworld.
Ooh,
Travis Scott.
Okay.
Gotta go number 5. That dropped in the summer. It was a very strong album, probably Travis's strongest album to date in his career.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, it was received critically throughout all platforms. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure it's being touted as a lot of people's top album of the year, respectfully. You know what I mean? And I can see where they're coming from. You know what I'm saying? But with the volume of music that dropped this year, man, I don't know. I'm torn. Number 4, Redemption, J-Rock.
Okay.
All right. Complete album, man. Again, J-Rock never fails to deliver. You know what I mean?
One of the few TDE drops we got of the year as well. So
exactly. And he also, going off that lead single, King's Dead, that also dropped on the Black Panther soundtrack. So J-Rock had a successful year, also coming off of his motorcycle accident, and that was the inspiration for this album, being almost like redemption for his past. So shout out J-Rock, man. You came back strong and delivered a great album, man. Number 3, coming from the youngin, dog, DiCaprio 2, coming from Jid. All right, the Dreamville stud right now, man, taking over the game, bro. Amazing album. You know what I'm saying?
For
Lyricism on 1000. He's really coming up there to actually challenge, Kendrick and those other types of well-known vets in the game at this point.
Definitely.
In terms of lyricism, man. So shout out Jid being able to come in there as a youngin and make his stamp on the game. Number 2, Kids See Ghosts, Kanye and Cudi, man. One of my top albums. I'm a big Cudi and Ye fan, man, and that album was the perfect mix that I feel like I've been waiting for ever since Heartbreak and 808s and Heartbreak dropped. You know what I mean? Back when Cudi first came into the game, I feel like that was the inspiration for that album as well. And I feel like that was this is this result of years, you know what I mean, of Cudi and Kanye building off of each other's geniuses, man, and becoming who they are today as artists. You know what I'm saying? Without all the hoopla surrounding Kanye, it's a good piece of music and good project to listen to, man. So if you get a chance, we ain't bumped it because of all the hoopla. Get around to that mess, all right? And my number 1 album of the year for 2018 is gonna be J. Cole, KOD, man. Just in terms of hip hop and rap, that's all you can ask for. You know what I mean? He gives you everything you can ask for in that.
Complete.
And delivery is always, excellent, always the highest of standards. You know what I mean? So shout out J. Cole for coming in, never letting down. Again, no features except himself. Literally featured himself on the album.
3 years in a row.
And so
will he go 4?
I think if anything, gonna be more Kill Edward, man. He found a way to feature himself. I think that's all he needs, dog. So shout out Cole for getting my number 1 spot for 2018, man. So what about your top 5?
A little bit different. We have a later album, late submission, 21 Savage on the 21st of December. I Am Greater Than I Was. Very good piece of work.
Facts.
Great features. Just complete body of work. Number 4. Sheesh, man. Number 4, we have Signed to the Streets 3, Little Durk.
Man.
This project grew on me the more I listened to it. Definitely showed Durk's impact and his progress, man. Shout out Durk.
Shout out Durk, bro.
Number 3, Milky Way Boss, man.
Ooh.
Very good project. Definitely
Solid.
left field from Boss. Wasn't looking for him to do that, so
right.
Great project.
Yeah.
Number 2, you know what I mean? I look up to people like this, so Swiss Beat, Poison.
Facts.
Gotta put that in there. You know what I mean? Just another one of those things. He did it a different route, and it was just great to see, to say the least.
This year, man.
And then number 1, KOD, J. Cole. I'm gonna have to agree with Locc. Best rap hip hop album of the year. So many concepts, so many relevant ideas and concepts in it. So it was just, you know what it is. We're J. Cole biased here, so it is what it is.
Kind of expected, but yeah.
Our honorable mentions now for the year-end wrap-up. There's so many albums, so many things we could talk about, so many projects that we skipped over and we are going to skip over, but it's got to just acknowledge some of the things and some of the best parts of the year as well.
I'll go ahead and start with the ones that AT had in his top 5. All right, so starting off with Milky Way, Boz. I Am versus Over I Was by 21 Savage, as well as Poison by Swizz, man. All 3 of those albums, complete great albums and great representations for those artists and what they stand for as well. Right. A couple other albums that ended up on my honorable mentions, man. Victory Lap by Nipsey Hussle, as well as The Carter 5 by Lil Wayne.
Carter.
Man. And Meek Mill Championships.
Yes.
And Kodak, Dying to Live, man. Those are some strong albums that dropped from those people, man. And of course I can't really go forward without mentioning Mac. Great album. Before everything that happened, man. R.I.P. to Mac. I love the album. Great album, man. It was progress, and I was looking forward to more music, man. So those are my honorable mentions, man. So much music this year. So much music.
So hard to talk about it and have a concise kind of list and all this, but we tried. You know what I mean? Don't kill us for it, but we tried. This is the Daze year-end wrap-up. My honorable mentions: Meek Mill Championship. You know what I mean? We have stuff like What's Free, the Going Bad record with Drake on there. That huge, all the moments. There was so many moments on that album.
Whole album is a moment.
Exactly. So it's good to see Meek do his thing.
Right.
Carter 5 as well. End of a chapter, start of a new one kind of thing. So it's definitely looking forward to what Wayne has next for us.
Years.
And then DiCaprio 2, Jid, man. It was definitely a great project, and it lines up for me 2019 TD versus Dreamville.
Yeah.
And it's definitely shows how versatile Jid is, as well as just like the future of kind of rap in the genre as well. You know what I mean? I mentioned how there's that blend of lyrics and melodies and all these flows. Jid does that very well. So it's going to be a good year for Dreamville TD as well. So we'll see what's going on with that. And then, of course, we have our verse of the year, song of the year category, as well as our world album.
And the world, just for clarification, is just top 5 overall throughout the entire world of all the music that dropped. You know what I mean? No genre, no nothing.
Right.
Just best rollout, best album.
We tried to reward people and artists that could be more versatile and kind of genre blend, to say the least. So that's kind of what it caters towards. Hit them with song of the year. This is a collective song of the year as well.
Yeah.
So let's hit them with our 2. You know what I mean? Our top 2. My top 2 right here. Song of the year for 2018. I had Working Out, JID, Jid, and Everywhere I Go, Kabaka Pyramid featuring Protege.
Crazy feature, by the way. That's both of them songs. Wow, man.
Yeah,
and,
of course.
And my top 2, Working Out, Jid, and ATM, J. Cole, which is almost like a return of a king. You know what I mean? When he came back with the video.
Combine the video just
bringing back a feeling from 15 years ago, brought back a feeling of young hip hop, man. Like stuff that got people into hip hop, stuff that got me into hip hop. It just brought back a feeling, and it was powerful, man. So those are my top 2 songs of the year. I feel like if anything,
collectively, we have to go with Working Out, JID, Jid off of DiCaprio 2, man. It was just summary, man. A summary. That's how I be feeling late 2018. Like, damn, I've been working.
And exactly, man. And just feeling like I could empathize with the sentiment behind the song. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
When you grind and trying to make it, you just feel like you can't see nothing coming of it. It's a relatable feeling, man. So shout out Jid, man. You know, ended up on my top 5 albums and top song of the year, man.
Verse of the year now.
Yeah, you quote your verse first.
2 verses right here. We got my number 1 is What's Free, Jay-Z. A little cliche to say the least, but man, it was the hugest moment of the year as far as what he was talking about, people talking about it as well, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then number 2, Brackets, the second verse on J. Cole's Brackets off of KOD, man.
Strong
where he's
verse.
just talking about taxes and just schooling the people. You know what I mean? It's 2018. Why can't I vote off my phone, man? Why I gotta go vote for these people I'd never seen before? You know what I mean? So
speaking of what's on their mind, man. Okay, I'm gonna start with the number 2 verse of the year, man. Number 2 verse, Jid's track Off the Zoinkies, man. So that's the middle of the album. All right, there's no hook on that track. It's literally him just rapping for about 2.5 minutes.
Right.
But the verse focuses on trying to just progress mentally within the black community, man, and seeing somebody young within the game, still trying to build their name and their brand, take a stance that someone like J. Cole, who has already been here for 5 years and made their millions, is taking, man. It's just, it's gotta be admirable, man. And he did it well. And the way the story was told, talking about the way he takes a stand with his homies, gotta respect that man. So shout out to Jid, ended up on song of the year, album of the year, and verse of the year. And of course, my number 1, it's gotta be What's Free, Jay-Z, man. He just destroyed the game, educated people, man, educated the game, educated me, educated the homies, man. Just let everyone know what it was to be free, bro. What it was like to actually be free in today's society, man. So shout out to Jay-Z showing me what it's like, bro.
Collectively, that means, of course, our verse of the year for 2018 is What's Free, Jay-Z.
Yeah.
What a year, man.
What a year, man. So without further ado,
that's our wrap up. The Daze is in effect.
Jump into this world album, the top 5 of the world albums, man. Let's smack it out the park right quick. End the cap off right, dog. I'm going to go with my top 5.
Hit him, Locc.
Number 5, Oxnard,
Okay.
Anderson .Paak, man. All right. When you think about genres, think about how they fit in the genres, I feel like, in a sense, he fits better just on a blank palette, man. You know what I mean?
True.
It's just, like you said, he's so funky, man. It's just filled in my bones, bro. Number 4, Scorpion, Drake, man. That's my number 4 album of the year. He did his thing. Almost 20 tracks, almost felt saturated, but Drake was able to perform. It took months for it to grow on me. Literally, took like 6 months for it to grow on me, but I give Drake his props on that. Number 3, Kids See Ghosts, Cudi and Ye. I already said my piece about this, man. Just a complete album. It's almost like the album I've always waited for. Shout out Ye and Cudi. Number 2, Forever, Popcorn. Like I said earlier, man, complete piece of dancehall music, complete exhibition of dancehall music, man. Get you moving. Feels like summertime. And number one, KOD, J. Cole. Just perfect exhibition of hip hop shown this year, man. So shout out J. Cole for getting album of the year for me, man. What about you,
Album
AT?
of the year and hip hop for Locc right there.
Yeah, man.
My World All, number 5, Epistles of Mama, Stonebwoy, man. Jeez, that Stonebwoy character, man. He got it. That's all I gotta say, man. Repping from Africa, Ghana, man. Definitely a great piece of music. Definitely go check that out. Number 4, Forever, Popcon. As you said, man, it's just, project is something else, man, to say the least. Number 3, Scorpion. Definitely grew on me the later as it kind of, you listen to it more, it kind of like, all right, I see what he was trying to do. Number 2, Beer Bongs and Bentleys, Post Malone, man. You can't deny that man is not making good music. So it's one of those things. Number 1, I didn't give it any credit anywhere else, so it almost felt right. Astro World, Travis Scott, great piece of work. You know what I mean? True. Definitely showed that he could do anything he wants musically, to say the least. So
facts.
That's our World All. Again, we kind of preference people that could blend genres and kind of transcend different genres and that type of thing as well. So
did what we could, man.
But did what we could, man.
It's the end of the year.
What
recap.
a tough year to wrap up, man.
It took weeks to handle that, man.
The elements of the Daze, the true example of the Daze, man. There's so many things that show where the genre's at today, where it's going in the future. It definitely shows as well with the streaming era, like, how do we release music? You know what I mean? A lot of people struggled with it last year, and like,
I mean, you see JID dropped on a Monday because of that. So you look at it like, and I feel like it helped. You know what I mean?
There's so many different tactics. It's definitely going to be a lot of different things coming at us 2019, and we just can't wait to see what the Daze has for us. You feel me? Like,
gotta get it how you live, man.
One day at a time, one days at a time.
Facts.
We'll be back with new content. Stay tuned. That's all I have to say.
2019 on the way, y'all.
Yes.
Till next time.
Locc AT out, y'all.
Peace.